Hello, welcome fellow traders. AMP Futures here presenting another how-to video. In today's video, we're going to show you how to create alerts using the TradingView software. Now, alerts can be convenient. Sometimes you don't want to be glued to the computer screen 24/7. It can put a lot of strain on your eyes, for example. Well, essentially, what alerts are going to allow you to do is set certain criteria and conditions for alerts to be triggered. You can set alerts for specific price. You can even set alerts for objects such as indicators as well. So let's go ahead and show you how to create alerts. First things first, right now we're currently looking at a micro E-mini S&P 500 chart. We're going to click the alert button in the chart toolbar here, and here's the alert box that will populate. So let's go over some of the contents that we're looking at as we speak. So for example, first thing it's going to do is show you the market that you're looking at on the chart that you have populated. So right now, again, we're looking at the micro E-mini S&P 500. But if you hit the drop-down menu, it'll also show you additional objects that you have applied onto the chart. So right now I have two indicators. I have a Bollinger Band, and I also have a MACD. The next field below it are the conditions of the alert itself. So there's a multiple conditions that you can set for the alert. I'm going to include a link in the description of this idea, which will give you specific definitions of each one of these conditions, so you have a better understanding of what those conditions will represent if you choose to use any of these conditions that you see within this context menu. For now, let's keep it simple. We're going to keep it on crossing. And then you also have the alert type. So in this case, if it's selected as price, you're now selecting specifically a price alert. So you can see there's a price field to the right of it. However, if you have any objects or indicators applied onto the chart, it'll also give you the option to set alerts for those particular objects. So in this case, Bollinger Bands, for example, once you select a different object that's not priced, you'll notice to the right of it, the parameters will change. So this is a Bollinger Bands indicator. If I click the drop-down menu, that's the basis band, that's the upper band, that's the lower band. So I can specifically choose what particular band I want the alert to be triggered off. For now, let's keep it simple. We're going to go back to price. Again, same thing with the MACD. MACD will show a different parameter from the Bollinger Band. So in this case, you have histogram, MACD, and signal. Going back to price, now you see price. So right now the market's trading at 53.6475. Let's just bring that down a little bit to 53.6425. So that just basically means if the market crosses this price, it's going to trigger an actual price alert. The next field you see here is the trigger type. Do you want it to trigger only once, or do you want it to trigger every time that the market crosses the price of 53.6425? Again, it's all personal preference. You can even see a little definition of exactly how this particular trigger type will behave. You also have the expiration of the indicator, or better yet, the alert itself. If you hit the drop down, you can either set a date and time, or you can have an open-ended alert. And then you also have the ability to set an alert name. So for example, I can call this AMP test, and also type an actual message for that alert. And last but not least, you have the notifications menu, which is really nice. By default, notification and application is checked off and enabled. You can see show pop-up as well as also default enabled as well. But you also have additional options and notifications such as sending an email to you. You can set up a webhook URL. You can also play a sound. So if I check play sound, for example, you'll see the different audio sounds that you can select. And you can even hit the play button here to actually hear what that audio sound is going to sound like. And you also have when you want this audio sound to populate whenever that alert is triggered. And then you also have the ability to send plain text as well. So for now, we'll uncheck play sound. We'll just leave the default settings as is. Once you have everything set up, you want to hit the create button. And how you know that the actual alert has been created, on the right side panel below your watch list button is the alerts button here. If you click it, notice now you can see the actual alert that we just created. There is the AMP test that we just created. You have the ability to stop it. You have the ability to edit if you want to make any changes to that alert, or if you want to remove the alert altogether, you can click the X button. And this is how you create alerts using the TradingView software.